And I saw when the Lamb opened the sixth seal, and there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as a bag of silicon, and the moon became like blood. Revelation 6:12. Night fell, but this time the sky brought a terrifying warning. The moon, which should illuminate the darkness, turned red like blood. But what does this mean? Is this just a common astronomical phenomenon, or a divine sign of the end times? In Noah's day, mankind laughed and mocked the warning of the flood, until the rain came, and they all perished. In Sodom and Gomorrah, the warnings were ignored, until fire and brimstone destroyed everything. NASA has confirmed a total eclipse will occur in the early hours of the morning between the 13th and 14th. There are only 2 days left until one of the most remarkable celestial events of recent times. But is this just a natural phenomenon or a prophetic warning of something much bigger? Many have heard of the prophecy of blood moon, but few understand its true meaning. It is a warning to humanity, a prophetic milestone that indicates that something great is about to happen. The question is, are you prepared for what comes next? Ancient prophets warned that the blood moon would be a sign that the last days are approaching. Disasters would increase, the earth would shake, and humanity would face its greatest trial. But why are so few paying attention? Today, let's reveal truths that have been hidden for centuries. You will understand what the Bible really says about the blood moon, what is about to happen, and how it will directly impact your life. The blood moon is not just an astronomical event. According to the Bible, it is an omen of difficult times. God uses the heavens as a big book of notices, where celestial signs indicate decisive moments for humanity. In the scriptures, the red of the moon is associated with blood, divine judgment, and tribulations. The prophets of Israel spoke about this thousands of years ago, and now we see these signs becoming reality before our eyes. And he will show wonders in heaven and on earth, blood, fire, and pillars of smoke. The sun will turn into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the great and terrible day of the Lord comes. Joel 2:30-31. If the words of the prophets are fulfilled, it means that the world is entering the final phase of history. The warnings have already begun, and time to prepare is running out. The question is, are you ready? If you believe that biblical prophecies are real, write "I believe" in the comments right now. This will show the world that you are paying attention to the signs and won't be caught off guard. Each day, the evidence of the arrival of the end of times become clearer. The world is immersed in wars, famine, pandemics, and unprecedented natural disasters. But this was predicted in the scriptures. The Bible warns us that when these events begin to occur on a global scale, we must lift our heads, for redemption is near. However, many are blind, too busy with the distractions of this world to see what is happening. If we look into the past, God always warned before acting. Noah warned about the flood, but few believed. Now the signs are everywhere, but is humanity listening? The blood moon is just one of the signs. The chaos has already begun, and those who are not spiritually prepared will be caught off guard. What else needs to happen for the truth to be accepted? The answer is in your hands. If you haven't shared this video yet, do so now. There are many people who need to hear this message before it is too late. The Bible warns us that the blood moon is not an isolated event, but the beginning of a cascade of calamities that will affect all of humanity. Are we about to experience the greatest divine judgment ever seen? And there will be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth the distress of the nations, in perplexity at the roaring of the sea and of the waves. Lucas 21:25. After the blood moon, Earth will be hit by increasingly destructive events. Giant waves and tsunamis will swallow entire cities. Devastating fires will consume forests and villages. Hurricanes and storms will destroy everything in their path. Epidemics and plagues will emerge, defying science and medicine. But that's not all. Food shortages will become a global problem, leading to chaos and violence. Man will return to his most primitive nature, fighting for his own survival. The question is, how will humanity react? Some will seek refuge in God, while others, they will give themselves over to despair, idolatry, and chaos. If you believe that these prophecies have already begun to be fulfilled, write in the comments, "The signs are here," and share to alert more people. Many believe that the blood moon is just a natural phenomenon, but what do the powerful hide from you? The Bible tells us that signs in the heavens are divine warnings, but there are those who try to silence this truth. Who are they? Behind the scenes, governments, scientists, and elites work to divert their attention, classifying the signals as astronomical coincidence. But if the blood moon is just a normal event, why so many prophetic warnings throughout history? Did you know that governments have been monitoring and studying the blood moon for decades, but are they hiding information? Do major changes occur in global geopolitics shortly after these events? Did ancient civilizations ever predict this moment as a milestone for the end of time? The scriptures state, "The sun will turn into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and glorious day of the Lord comes." Acts 2:20. The truth is that there is something much bigger happening, and only those who have spiritual discernment see what is behind it. If you see the truth and don't accept being deceived, write, "I see the truth" in the comments. The blood moon is just one of the many signs that God gives us. But do you know what upcoming prophetic events we need to watch out for? Jesus warned us about the onset of pain. Famines and economic crises will intensify. Persecution against Christians will increase in many parts of the world. Corruption and deception will increase, and false prophets will arise. And you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Look, do not be alarmed, for all this must happen, but it is not the end yet. Matthew 24:6. Many are living their lives as if nothing was happening, but true followers of Christ. They are paying attention to the signs and know that we are moving towards something much bigger. Are you ready for what's to come? Write "I'm ready" in the comments and warn those who are still spiritually asleep. What happens when a people do you ignore God's warnings? History gives us clear examples. In Noah's day, mankind laughed and mocked the warning of the flood until the rain came and they all perished. In Sodom and Gomorrah, the warnings were ignored until fire and brimstone destroyed everything. Now the signs of the end are before us, but how many are really listening? If my people, who are called by my name, will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. 2 Chronicles 7:14. This is the last call for humanity to repent. There will be no other chance. If you understand the urgency of this moment, share this message and let your friends and family know. The Bible tells us that not everyone will hear the voice of God. Many will go on with their lives as if nothing were happening, and at the least expected moment, destruction will come. For when they say, "There is peace and safety," then sudden destruction will come upon them, like labor pains upon a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. Thessalonians 5:3. Those who ignore the signs, they will be surprised by tribulation, and those who are not prepared, they will suffer like never before in the history of humanity. The question is, which side will you be on? You will be the one who listened and prepared, or the one who closed his eyes and perished. If you choose to be among those who follow God, say in the comments, "I choose the truth," and don't forget to share this message. Many souls still need to awaken. Now you know the truth. The signs are clear. The prophecy is being fulfilled and time is running out. What will you do with this information? And then they will see the Son of Man coming in the clouds with great power and glory. Marcos 13:26. God's judgment will come upon the earth, but he also offers salvation to those who hear his voice and follow his ways. The decision is yours. Ignore the warnings or prepare for what's to come. If you believe in the prophecy, say in the comments, "I am ready for Christ's return." This will show that you are part of those who understand the times we live in. And before you leave, Click the share button. We need to spread this message so that more people wake up before it is too late. May God's grace and peace be with you.